Ankerwork. Everybody knows this company because they create a lot of different power banks, chargers, and whatnot. And this is the wireless lavalier now, or wireless microphone. I use a lot of this guy. And when I tell you I use it, I wish it showed how much time I use this thing. I use it all the time downstairs when gaming. It's just really, really nice. Especially what's nice is the fact that it has a USB-C that you can plug directly into a computer or the Android, whatever. And it also has a lightning jack. That's going to be relevant here shortly. But I don't know if this comes with it. All the other ones I bought, basically the Hollyland Jam, I haven't got the mark yet, but plan to do a review on that and compare it with these two. So, and we're talking out of the box configuration. Nothing in post, nothing in edit. Just if you were to open this up, put it in, fantastic. Requires little to no setting adjustment whatsoever. Okay, so as soon as we open it up, that is a pretty nice look. Everybody knows Anker. They always create solid products. Inside of box one, maybe some dead cats, muffin fluffers, lots of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. A little traveling pouch, kind of reminds me of a garbage bag, so that's fun. Not going to use that. In your first package, you get some dead cats, same as the DJI Jam, 2 of those. And I am going to be comparing this directly, and you'll be able to hear the audio of both the Ankerwork m650 and the DJI. And again, we're talking about 0 setting adjustments. Usually if it sounds good out of the box, then it's going to sound good after you start doing some of the setting adjustments. Now, these are the beauty plates, so if you don't like the ones, ooh, not a fan of that color. That's not going to be good for the camera, just because that's going to be extremely distracting, and that reminds me of an old wrapper of Ferrero Rocher. So if you open this up, shows that you do have 4 indicators. That is quite large. I do prefer these over those other ones that it comes with. And sure enough, the reason why I love DJI is because the transmitter is fantastic. I have yet to do a review on this, but you see how small that is. It's not inconspicuous. It's there. It's sexy. It works. And automatically, as soon as you take it out, it automatically updates. And then boom, that's going to be the one right there. So it's just a fantastic piece of equipment. And the little magnetic clip, it's going to be hard to beat this. It is. Especially when you look at this, these are large. I feel like the reviewers that use this is not because this is better. It's just that DJI is not, you don't have any type of contract with them. And, you know, when a company, I mean, just looking at the size. But we can't. Good things come in small packages. At least that's what my ex-wife said. Okay, so we take this out. It is vastly larger, the receiver. And then there is your 1, and then there is your 2. And then there you go. You see that they are lighting up on the side. So they are charging. And then oddly enough, for their connections, it does have both a USB-C and a lightning jack. So you're able to use this with your phone. And we are going to be utilizing this guy, the USB-C, because we're going to be hooking this up directly to a computer. So we're going to put this on, kind of goes into the notches like so. And then we turn it, twist it, and locks in just like that. Simple enough. And you can see that it automatically picked up the both of those. So if we take this one out, this one should be 2. Test, test, test. I know it is a little bit hard to see what is going on that screen. It is a little overexposed. There we go. And you see that that is set to 1. So now if we're comparing, see, that looks better. Like when it goes into the standby mode, very much easier, if that works. Easier to read the display. But you can see that when you have that on and you have this on, the DJI is just is that much more sexy, right? You still have your USB-C and your power button on the side. This is USB-C and 3.5. And then on the other side, you have your power button. Over here, you have your microphone and an out. So it's, okay, so this little wheel here looks cool. This, I feel, is just a sexier piece. It's much more thin. You are able, I lost a little piece that goes in here that allows you to attach it to the side. It's a magnet. I don't know where it went. It doesn't really matter because I don't really use it. It stays plugged in. But you are able to put these on shoes. And that's a good thing. And when I'm saying shoes, I'm talking about like a hot shoe. I'm not talking about shoes itself. Again, with the branding, I'm not a big fan of that, but it's going to stay plugged in. I do not see a way to remove this at all. It's kind of stuck where it is. So now that we have that, all we're going to do, let me go over to some of the settings. There's not many. So when you open this up, I do apologize. It is extremely hard to read. It's just very bright. So you have your let me see if I do this. No, that's not any good. That's good like that. Okay, so anyway, scroll down. You have noise reduction. I do apologize for that. It's just, and then you have off, low, or high. We'll just turn that on low. Soundtrack, we're not worried about that. We're going to go mono. Left and right would be two of them. And then that's all that you get. It's that simple. If we click down again, click the little breadcrumbs, you have safe mode and auxiliary low. Safe mode, I'm assuming, is recording. Not 100% sure what that is. And again, the screen is a little bit hard to read. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring this back on top and we're going to compare the two microphones. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's bring it back on top. Let's figure it out. First off, this whole look is not going to work. It's not good. Now, I'm not going to edit this in post. I'm going to keep it the way that it is. The microphone that you're hearing right now is the DJI. The microphone that you're hearing now is the Ankerwork. Now, keep in mind that both of these have not been adjusted at all. These are the preset settings by default. I could tell you by looking at the audio right now that the Ankerwork seems at a much lower gain. They both have noise reduction off. Keep that in mind. And there is a fan blowing on me. And then once again, this is the DJI. And I would not normally keep the DJI. First off, this is going to make it look like I haven't washed my shirt in like 6 months. So what I like to do with the DJI, that's the Ankerwork. I'm going to put these on the table. Now, keep in mind that they are essentially pointed at me. And right now is what you hear the DJI. This is the DJI, and then this one would be the Ankerwork. They are not attached. They're about 12 inches away from my mouth. If I put that Ankerwork back on here, the audio should get a little bit better since we're so close to it now. It's not, they're not heavy. Neither of them are heavy. I feel like the DJI is a little bit heavier than this. I don't like this clip shit, man. You have to say, which one do you like better? The Ankerwork, which is what we're using now, or the DJI? And either way, I'm going to listen to this post and then I'm going to give you my feedback as to which one I feel is better. So let me give you my final thoughts. As you heard by the audio that the DJI is that much better. Keep in mind I'm using neither of them right now. They're both in. I'm actually going back to the DPA shotgun mic. Obviously, that's going to be your best case scenario. Now, if you're out and about and you want good audio and you don't want noise reduction, you're walking through a crowd, you want to kind of navigate or curate exactly what you're doing, then these are going to be fantastic. As far as being home, nothing is going to be the shotgun mic or the shit where you're a gamer and you got the microphone over your face. I can't stand that. I would rather go with one of these, but those are always going to be better than something like this. This is more for, like, if you're doing a VR situation with PlayStation or and you're doing a stream and somebody needs to hear it, or if you're doing gaming and for some reason you're playing football and you need to talk to people, that would work as well. It's not, I don't feel like for the application of using it at home, it's going to be ideal. Like if you're just sitting somewhere, obviously, once I got my mouth really close to it, you hear it really clear, but I must have a lot of extra neck, and that's just my problem. But having it here, it's not very good. Now, when the DJI was here or here, you don't hear much of a difference, and that's a far stretch, especially counting that I have 4 inches of neck of fat before, and then I got another 3 inches of neck itself. So across the board, I mean, they're both good. I'm still going to tell you that the DJI is better than that. It's going to be really hard. When you listened to the Ankerwork, it sounded more muffled. And there's not a lot of settings on the back end of it. You could adjust the noise reduction, make it stereo, auxiliary mode, safe mode. I didn't see anything to adjust gain. And you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm not a big fan of this. I just want to see if there is a way to adjust gain on those because I saw no settings. The settings on the DJI, bro, are something serious. Like they are something serious. This I think, and it's like the same price, the DJI and the Ankerwork one. Ping connected on off. Okay, open the charging case. Great. Battery percentage. Oh, it says there is a magnet on there. There's a magnet on there? I didn't catch that. Let me open that back up and see. It is 100%. Yes, there is a magnet on there. So I do apologize. I did not see that magnet. But I don't see a way to adjust the gain. No, there is. So I was unaware on the back of the Anker, it is a magnet. You could pull it off. It's very, very snappy. But even at that case, okay. So there is a way to adjust the gain. The same way that you adjust the settings on the DJI is essentially the same way that you do it on the Anker. And there is, in fact, a magnet on the back. You just kind of have to grab the clip and pull it off. And even when you do that, I still, it is strong. I mean, you're going to hear it. It snaps. Like, that's snappy. That's fine. It's a little bit more obtrusive, but it's also the clip and the magnet versus on the DJI, which is a downfall or a drawback of having the magnet that you can actually lose on the DJI versus this you can't. I'm just not a fan of the capsule look, to be honest with you. So if we're putting this on and then boom, yeah, no, that works. It does. It does work. It looks a little odd, but it works. Sorry about my phone going off. And it would be harder to lose this versus the magnet on a DJI. Okay, so which one would I prefer? Honestly, I'm still going to tell you the DJI. I think the DJI is an absolutely, I think it's an absolutely amazing piece. It would be hard for me to choose the Anker. Oh, okay. Long story short, I think the DJI is much more compact. It's a little bit more modern, a little bit sleek. This is like bulbous, and they remind me of pill boxes, 1952 pill boxes. It's not bad for what it is. I'm sure if I adjusted the gain, it made it a little bit better, but out of the box, you can hear the difference clearly between the two. I will put a link in the description to get this guy, which I still recommend. I have like 3 of them. And I'll also put a link to get this guy. Keep in mind that both of these I purchased. Ain't no company sending me shit for microphones. I think Hollyland has sent me one after the last Lark review, and I will give you an update between those 3 and see which one's the best out of all 3. Across the board, if you're looking for something, they're both going to work. I feel like the DJI is going to be a little bit better than the Ankerwork, but they both get the job done. And I've kept it real. Have you? Jay Hazen.